Thank you for joining us, Jill. You're the favorite guest of Learning Center, making your second appearance.
Thank you. Oh, it's not on. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. There's seats up here if you guys want to move up, just to say. Don't be shy.
So, Jill, you have been in the dropshipping space for over a decade. And we do have some people who in the room doesn't know what dropshipping is. So do you mind giving us an intro about yourself, Modalist, and also what dropshipping?
Sure. I'll start with dropshipping. So dropshipping is an inventory-less strategy where the retailer doesn't actually own the inventory that they're selling. Instead, they list the products on their site, and as they receive an order, it's funneled through to the supplier, who then sends it directly to the end customer. So you can start and scale a store without any upfront investment on inventory. It's a great way to test products, see how they perform, see what the demand is, and then double down on them as you start to understand the interest in them. So about me, I had two parts to my career. I spent the first half of it working in luxury fashion. I managed the buying team for a large luxury department store called Harvey Nichols. And then I also helped Prada open all their first stores across Asia Pacific. And while I was working for Harvey Nichols, e-commerce was starting to grow. At the time, it was growing 16% year over year. And the notion of dropshipping came about. So I founded a platform called Modalist, which is a platform which curates suppliers so that online stores can find a curated set of awesome independent suppliers, which differentiates their store and enables them to source those products, seamlessly connect them to their online store, and sell them without the need for any upfront investments on inventory. The goal, though, is really to help entrepreneurs grow and scale. Like, I love the little guys. Like, I want to see people live their dreams and build their businesses, and we all know it's a very expensive endeavor to do. So this is really an opportunity for me to work with a group of people that I love, entrepreneurs, and help them build and scale their dreams.
Awesome. This is not my first time hearing your story, but every time I hear it, I just always find it very fascinating and inspirational. So let's start broad. You know, we're always hearing a lot of different feedback about dropshipping, especially in the recent years. Some people say it's a dying business, and some people say it's still a great way to lift your e-commerce business off the ground without a lot of upfront investment and inventories. So as an industry veteran, like, what has been some of the major changes and trends that you have seen in the past 5 years?
It's a good question. I mean, the idea of dropshipping like really blew up about, like, let's say 10 years ago. But we've seen a lot of changes in the last 5 years. So I think back in the time, like, people started to source products from AliExpress. You guys familiar with AliExpress? Yes, no? So huge marketplace. But the products were all shipping directly from China. So they had really long lead times, and the quality was questionable. And people were taking any product they found and creating an everything store. So there was tons of these drop shipping stores that were filled with a random selection of products. And that doesn't work anymore. That strategy is gone. Like, now you need to think about who is your audience, what's your brand identity, and create a very specific niche. And the stronger the niche, the better your store will do. So that's what I'm seeing a lot as well. There's also another strategy called print on demand. Are you guys familiar with that? So you take a graphic and you put it on a product. It can be classic products like t-shirts, totes, sweatshirts, and only after you sell the product is the graphic printed onto the t-shirt and then sent to your customer. That's an awesome way to personalize your brand, right? So you own you own that content. It's your imagery, and then you're selling it without any upfront inventory as well. So customization, print on demand, those are huge now. They're massive markets. I'll go into the growth of it in a moment. And then next is quality control, right? So remember the AliExpress, like the everything store, unknown quality. Now it is essential to check your quality. You need to compete with so many other online retailers out there that the quality is essential. So I strongly advise to buy samples, understand what the product is, get to know it well, and then use storytelling, right? Storytelling is key. This is what's going to build your brand, create confidence in your products, show your authenticity, and really get to know your customers.
Yeah, we're also hearing a lot of trend on our side about localized inventory. Are you guys hearing similar trend on your side about it?
Yeah, so Modalist was all about local inventory from the get-go. Our core selection of products are really EU and US based. And it has so many benefits to it, right? So drop shipping, while you don't need to own the inventory, again, I'm going to repeat, like samples are really important. So the faster you can get the sample to you, the faster you can get to know the product, and then faster you can grow your business and start to scale your supply. But it has all kinds of benefits, right? The faster shipping, it means access to more unique products. And it really, again, having that product in hand allows you to tell the story of the product. And that authenticity, that storytelling, like that's what it's all about. So get the products faster sent to you from onshore delivery or nearshore delivery. Take your own images, write your own descriptions, anything that can help build your SEO and help your brand identity. These are extremely important elements of onshore. And I also want to say one more thing. Like I've been speaking about this in terms of online stores, but dropshipping actually works for physical brick and mortar stores too. And I think that's not talked about enough. So think about it. If you have a physical store, you can have a complementary online store. You can put dropshipping products into that store, test the demand, see what hits, and then double down on the inventory by buying the products that actually sell well. And when you have the inventory in hand, you have higher margins. So you test your products, test the demand with your online dropshipping store, and then buy your inventory for your physical store. And if you run out of inventory for your physical store, that's once again where onshore or nearshore inventory works for dropshipping. So you can fulfill your products even if you sell out because that inventory is nearby.
Yeah, just to echo to your point about onshore and nearshoring, we're also hearing a lot from our customers. And from what we're hearing, I think there are a few driving forces behind it. The first one, obviously, being I think the end consumer is really getting spoiled by the Prime-like experience. So the old school like dropshipping, drop the product from overseas and takes 20 days to get to your end consumers is really not favorable at this point. And on top of that, obviously, with the backdrop of geopolitical risk and tariff, people really prefer to have supply that's on the ground and has more certainty when it comes to fulfillment. And lastly, a lot of growing new selling channels such as TikTok Shop actually has those requirement of having onshore product in a US warehouse and having the product getting processed within 48 hours. So those are the driving forces that we see among the market when it comes to onshore product. And this is actually one major area that we're invest into as Alibaba.com dropshipping program because we really wanted to offer a differentiated supply on top of what's already available in the market. Like Jill mentioned, AliExpress has a very abundant, vast selection of overseas product. So we really wanted to create a different assortment where our customer could really win when it comes to fulfillment and timing. But obviously, on top of that, we still have a really great diverse selection of cross-border to really make sure that we have the selection that you guys are looking for. And in terms of onshore selections, we have in all the major market, both in North America, across US, Mexico, and we also have onshore product in the major EU market. So let's shift gear a bit. So I know a lot of attendees here are new to selling. So from your experience, what are the most common pitfalls for new dropshippers so our newbies can avoid them?
Actually, I want to compliment you first on the onshore and nearshore inventory, because when you told me that Alibaba was starting to invest in it, I was psyched. Like, it's so spot on, right? So Modalist has partnered with Alibaba, so you can use Modalist to click on a product and seamlessly add it into your store. And that partnership has become even stronger because of the onshore delivery. And I also, before we move on to that question, because I do want to answer it, I also want to, I don't know if you guys understand how big this market is, because it's massive. So I mentioned print on demand. It seemed like a lot of you know what that is. Print on demand is growing 26% year over year. Okay, so right now it's a $10 billion market, and in 2034 it'll be $103 billion. If we look at just classic dropshipping in the US market, that's growing 24% year over year. It's currently at $95 billion, and it'll be $455 billion by 2030. And if we look at Asia Pacific in terms of classic dropshipping, that'll be $500 million by 2030. So it's a massive growing market. It's a really important strategy to think about. So when we're talking about it here, we're not just saying this is something that's happening. We're saying this is really a useful strategy that can help you grow your business very effectively.
Yeah, so let's go back to the common pitfall.
Okay.
So what should a new seller who is just getting to dropshipping, what should they avoid?
Okay, I got a bunch of these. Okay, first is don't chase the shiny new objects, right? You want to have a long-term plan. So while it's really exciting to think about something viral, make sure that you have your classic and your best sellers in line. So you can take your best sellers and match it with something viral, but make sure that you have a long-term strategy for success. And then shipping, right? This is back to like the onshore and nearshore. Shipping will have a huge dent in your business if you're not paying attention to how long the shipping times are. So when you're looking at your suppliers, make sure you understand like what's the processing time and what's the delivery time, and that it's clearly communicated to your customers. There's nothing worse than a customer getting something in 3 weeks when they expected it in 5 days. You'll get terrible reviews, and that will ruin your business. And then next, these products don't sell themselves, right? Your job is to curate the best products for your customers and then market them. So this comes down to storytelling. Like, know your product well, write awesome stories about them, change the descriptions, change the titles. Like, make sure that it's a piece of you that you make it something unique that connects with your customers. And then customization whenever possible. So use things like print on demand, private label, so that you can truly make a product your own. And then lastly is customer service, right? These are people you're selling to. They're not just products that you're selling. So make sure that you offer them stellar customer service. If something's gonna ship late, contact them. Let them know like there was a mistake or things took a little bit longer than expected. And so that also gives you an opportunity to develop the relationship. So make sure you understand that while you're building a business selling products, you're also creating a loyal fan base for repeat customers.
Yeah, those are great insight, and I felt like you already answered my next question. But I don't know if you wanted to add more, but if there's advice that you wanted to give to anyone who's starting in dropshipping, what would you say to them in 2025?
I'm gonna repeat some of the things because I think it's really important to drive them home. So first is go niche. Don't go broad. Find the audience that you want to cater to, and then dive deep into it. And once you see that's working, then you can start to expand. So find something that's unique, that's like super interesting, that's unusual. Find the audience, and then expand as you start to understand it more. And then think brand first. Like, you're building your brand, right? This is not just selling products, it's your brand, it's about you, it's about what you want to sell to your customers. So think of all the different ways that you can customize certain products for you to build that brand and that brand identity. And then, of course, prioritize speed and quality. So that's, again, onshore, nearshore, and checking the quality of products first. So get those samples. By the way, the sample is not a wasted investment, right? It gives you a chance to take images, to get to know the product well, to speak with authenticity. And when you sell that first dropship product, you can actually sell that first product that you bought. So that sample will be sold as well. It's not a wasted investment. And then leverage multi-channels, right? Christina spoke about that a bit. The world of marketing is more than just traditional e-commerce retailer now. There's all kinds of sales channels into TikTok Shop, Instagram, Facebook. Like, there's so many different ways to access your market than the traditional ways of days before. And then lastly is building that trust, that relationship with your customer, so that it's more than just selling a product one time. It's building a loyal fan base for you to have repeat customers. You really want the repeat customers, right? Every dollar that you spend on marketing, if it's just a one-time customer, you're losing the opportunity to have better ROI in your investment of marketing if you're not taking care of those customers.
Yeah, and just to echo to your points about having personal brand and identity, as well as when it comes to a life cycle of an e-commerce owner, we often see a seller, they started out from dropshipping and they wanted to get into something that's more customized. And I think this is where our key advantage is because Alibaba as a platform, nowadays we not only have that option for you to find those ready-to-ship product where you can directly drop ship to your store, but you can also find manufacturing partners, sellers on the Alibaba.com to really give you that customization options, as well as down the road they can also support you when it comes to wholesale and sourcing. I know we have talked a lot about past trend, so let's look ahead. Is there some trend that you would expect to see in the next few years?
Yeah, I'm seeing it off a lot more now, and Alibaba is doing a great job investing in it. Definitely the onshore, nearshore inventory is, I think, key to growth in this industry. It truly opens the gate for more people to start dropshipping stores because you have the fast delivery built in. So instead of having a product that arrives in weeks and angry customers, you now have products that are closer to home. It allows you to sample faster, to ship faster. It brings in the opportunity for brick and mortar stores to also use dropshipping as a balanced method for backup inventory. So nearshore, I think, is key for any sort of growth in the industry. And you can see the numbers speak to themselves. Like the industry is growing fast, and I think that's not even taking into account onshore delivery. I think it's going to grow even faster than that. I'm always surprised that there aren't more physical retailers that take advantage of dropshipping. It truly is like an incredible business strategy to help you manage and understand like what sells, what doesn't, doubling down on inventory and having backup inventory to sell when you run out of stock. So I truly think like local onshore inventory is what's the major game changer for the future of dropshipping.
Yeah, and of course we can't talk about the future without mentioning AI. So how do you think AI is going to play a role in the dropshipping world?
Ooh, I love AI. Did you guys see the AI presentation in the beginning, in the main stage? It was awesome. Okay, so AI truly it's in every part of your business now. So it's everything from like predicting winning products, dynamic pricing, AI chatbots to manage your customers. But let's think about it as some of the main pillars, right? So as an example, product discovery, right? You can run AI to find trends in social media, to surface a niche that you could be interested in, and to find those winning products. So it's no longer about like diving into the data on your own. AI can help you find those winning products. And now you need to operate your business, right? So AI can sort of be like your secret CIO, like your little operations agent in the background. It handles all the unsexy stuff. Like all the things that you are annoyed about doing, AI can just help do for you. So think of it as your back office COO. And then lastly, of course, marketing, right? Your goal as a dropshipper is to uncover awesome products and then market it to your customers. And AI can help you curate your content and personalize it in a much more interesting, fast, and efficient way. So use it as your secret weapon to help build your marketing campaigns.
Yeah, thank you. And also, on top of AI, I would say automation is a huge part of dropshipping. And today, Modalist is actually one of the 5 partners that we're integrated with to bring this very automated experience when it comes to dropshipping. So you no longer have to copy and paste to create a listing. You no longer have to, copy and paste about your customer information back to Alibaba to create those orders. I'll go through a live demo just to show you exactly how it works. So thank you so much, Jill, for sharing your story and insight about the dropshipping space. And I just wanted to do a quick recap because, like I mentioned, this year we just started to invest into the dropshipping space as Alibaba.com. So those are just some highlights from our business at the moment. So as of today, we have over 5 million product selection when it comes to product that's suitable for dropshipping. And on top of that, we have 4 key features when it comes to automation and making your business operation a lot more smooth and frictionless. And today we're also partnering with 5 strategic partners who are all leading dropshipping platform in different selling channels in different market of the world. I do want to take a moment to thank our strategic partners. We're partnering with Deezers, Modalist, Dropify, Mabang, and also Sinki to really bring this very seamless integration experience to you guys. So I know I talk so much about automation, integration. You're still probably confused on how exactly it works. So I do have a live demo to show you, so you'll get a gist of it. Today I'm going to show you guys how the import to store feature works for a dropshipper on Alibaba.com. First, how do you look for products that are suitable for dropshipping? One of the easiest way for you is to come to Alibaba.com site and go to feature selection and look for the dropshipping center. And once you click on that, this will take you to a landing page where we have curated over 6 million products that are qualified for dropshipping on Alibaba.com. You can use the filter to really look for supply that are shipping out from different regions, or you can also use the category features to really look for products that are suitable for your store. For today's demoing purpose, I'm going to choose a product here. Let's see. Let's work with this bait, which I think could be a great product to sell on my Shopify store. So you can either directly choose the import to store, or you can actually click into the product detail page to learn a bit more about this product and whether you think this is suitable for your store. On your bottom right-hand side corners, you can find this little section called Dropship this product to your store. And once you click it, this will bring up a pop-up where it features 4 dropshipping tools that we have partnership with. For today's demo, I'm going to choose Deezer, which is also one of our strategic partners, who is also a leading SaaS tool in the dropshipping space. Really help dropshippers to automate a lot of the manual process and improve their efficiencies. And once you click import, what this does is basically this will transport all that information around this product into your Deezer's account. Voila, you have it here. So once you have it here, what you can do next is to push this product into your Shopify store. And once I click push, everything is automated in the back end. I already obviously pre-linked my Shopify store to my Deezer's account. There we go. So let's go to our Deezer's account. We now should be able to see this product here in my product listing. Great. And now I also wanted to show you the order automation part, which personally I think is super cool, and it used to be a very manual process for all the dropshippers. So let's pretend to create an order so we have some data to work around. So let's look for the fish roar. Map it to a customer, so we also have shipping informations. And let's pretend this is an order created by a customer and it's already paid. So let's create the order. Once the order is created on your Shopify store, you can then go back to your Deezer's dashboard and click on your open orders. This order will automatically sync back to your Deezer's dashboard. And from there, what you can do is you can choose your shipping method, and here you hit confirm, and then you can place order directly into your Alibaba account. Now, as we can see, this order has been created successfully. I can select here, make payment. This will take me to my Alibaba account. There you have it, and you can see all the order details, and those are the information that's collected from my Shopify store. This is all. Thank you.
Can I clarify some points there? Yeah. First of all, pretend it said modalists and not de-essers. A couple of things. So you saw that the product was found, discovered on Alibaba, and then synced to Shopify. Pretend it was Wix. Through that integration, right? So all the product details landed in the Shopify store through de-essers or through modalists, right? It is really important to change your product information, right? Don't change those descriptions, change the title. So now that you've seen it in action, I just kind of want to walk through some of those points. That's what's going to help you personalize it, give it the spirit of your store, and help with your SEO to make it discoverable, okay? And then once the product was purchased, it syncs back to modalists and then syncs to Alibaba. And when Alibaba fulfills the order, that also syncs back. So your customers will be automatically notified when the order is fulfilled. So truly, like all the back-end operations of manual product details and fulfillment and order details are all synced in real time. And your e-commerce platform, whichever one you're on, will send those email notifications to your customers once those orders are fulfilled. So in case that wasn't clear, I just wanted to make sure that now you understand the process and where it's important to make the changes to help really make the products your own, give it your spirit.
Yeah, and I also wanted to add, we actually have a lot more new exciting feature coming to dropshipping on Alibaba.com. I think what you see here is a very MVP version of the feature. But for example, imagine if you are a seller who owns a store that you have 200 orders coming in. Through those automation first, obviously the order can be created automatically in bulk, but also we're launching a new feature called pay in bulk as well. So instead of clicking pay for 200 times and getting rejected by your credit card company thinking you're getting scammed, we're actually launching a new feature to really solve that issue. So you can actually bulk pay for all the orders, even though they're having different fulfillment delivery address. And Joe and I'll also be sticking around, so if there is any new feature that you guys would like to see coming to both Modalist and also Alibaba and among our integrations, feel free to give us those feedback as well. So I think we're gonna open the floor for some questions.
Thank you so much for this session. It's very useful. Can you guys, maybe for the audience and a little bit for myself as well, clarify how we should be thinking about or going through the process of evaluating, say, a Wix versus a Shopify versus some others, the front end, but also in specifically this middle tier that kind of shares and shifts the information? Why would I use Modalist versus DS versus another, and how should we be thinking about that? Or some combination of all of that when we go through these steps or go through these processes. Do I need a Shopify account and a DS account and a Modalist account and an Alibaba account, right? Like, how do we think about sort of those three buckets? Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so I'll start with Wix versus Shopify. So Wix comes with much more out of the box. So if you shop, like, they're both extremely powerful platforms. They both have e-commerce, powerful e-commerce capabilities. Shopify has a large marketplace of third-party apps that you'll need to integrate and buy one by one. Wix has much more included in the full package. So you won't need to go find these third-party apps in the same way that you need to with Shopify. And because my company was acquired by Wix, it's also offered for free on Wix. So you won't need to pay for a separate account on Wix for Modalist.
I'll also add some additional information. So our partners that we work with, there's also some differentiations between them. For example, Modalist today, they support integration into Wix and Shopify. We also have partner, for example, Deezers. They also have integration into TikTok Shop. So if TikTok Shop is a platform that you're interested in, maybe that could be a way for you to kind of filter based on which tool you want to use. And we also have a partner called Mapbang, where this is a Chinese-based vendor, but they also support dropship into a lot of the Chinese-based platforms such as Shein, Temu, etc. So that obviously could be one way to evaluate which tools that you would like to use. And in terms of selling channel, I just wanted to echo Jill's points earlier from the conversation. I think the multi-channel strategy is definitely important. So when it comes to selling channel, obviously find the one to start with, but down the road, I think it's also great that you can think about like picking multiple channels to really offer your product assortment.
When it comes to those channels, though, make sure, like, you can easily integrate into all of them, right? There's all kinds of sales channels integrations, but don't waste your time. Like, make sure you track your sales. Look to see what it's actually creating conversions, not just clicks and leads, and then double down on that. So you use your time efficiently, because time is precious.
We have a question back there.
Good afternoon. Regarding the shipping, how long that's normally take? Like, it's normal like as a Deezer, or like this is have a better advantage, faster shipping to US and Middle East and Europe? How that works?
Sorry, it's hard to hear the question. So are you asking in terms of shipping, how long it takes to ship?
Correct, ma'am.
Yeah. So we actually have a filter on our dropshipping landing page for you to filter on what's the processing time of your ideal time frame. So you can filter by 48-hour fulfillment, which is the shortest one we have at the platform at the moment, because we really want that timeline to fit into some of the platform requirement. So 48-hour local fulfillment is the fastest. For cross-border, we do have filters for 7 days, 14 days, but we don't qualify any product beyond that processing time, because we just don't think it's really suitable for this destination market. But yes, we have filters on our landing page, so you can pick and choose what works the best for you.
Okay, thank you.
There's two parts of shipping, though. I just want to say this. There's processing time, and then there's shipping time. So
Okay.
take them both into account. They're usually both stated.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, I'm not sure if you covered this, but I was sending a work email. Pricing being hidden and the chances of pricing being visible when the customer receives the packages with drop shipping. I know that's one of the big challenges, is getting the seller to actually hide the pricing. Not because we're trying to hide it, obviously, but we obviously sell it at a markup, right? So.
Yeah, so packages, it's a really good question. Packages need to be anonymous, right? So when you get it from AliExpress or Alibaba, you're going to have pretty generic packaging. It doesn't have the receipt inside. With Modalist, if you're working with the more independent suppliers, we actually have a receipt that the suppliers download and include in the package. So it'll have your store logo, it'll have your address, it can even have a personal note that's included. So it depends on like who you're working with in terms of the supplier, right? But when it comes to large platforms like Alibaba, like it is like if they have a drop shipping center, their suppliers know that those packages need to be sent anonymously, otherwise it doesn't work.
A quick follow-up question: does it have branding from Alibaba when the customer receives the package?
No.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
also I'm very glad you asked that question, because this is actually a pain point that we're hearing from a lot of the customers. One way that they're doing as of today is they're just leaving their supplier a message, says, I'm a dropshipper, please do not include any brand materials from your store. But we're actually going to change that, and there's a new feature coming to our services where you can just check the box where it will inform the seller that this is going to be a dropshipping orders. Please do not include any branded items.
That's a really good question, by the way. I think more people need to think about that.
Where is our mic?
Thank you very much for the presentation. Could you please tell us about selecting a proper, reliable supplier? We make all that front-end work. How do we know for sure that the supplier will be reliable in medium to long term? Is there a way to tell on Alibaba platform selecting that supplier?
Where is that person?
He's over there.
Ah, thank you. Okay. I think we can both talk about that because they're different. So we curate our suppliers on Modalist. So we look to see things like how awesome is their imagery, because imagery is what's needed to sell. What's their price point? Is it fair pricing for the product that they're selling? How long have they been in business? Are they responsive? What kind of reviews do they have? So we curate the suppliers on Modalist, especially within the independent and trendy suppliers that we have. And we reject a lot of them. So we accept like 10 to 15% of the suppliers. That's just so it's those that we know can confidently run a business and understand how to operate dropshipping.
Yeah, and also to add on to that, we also curate our selection nowadays as well. So among the 5 million product that's included in our dropshipping center has all been curated by our team to make sure that those are top quality product, that it's competitive when it comes to selling channels. So, there are proven data that those products sell in Shopify, in Temu or in TikTok shop. And on top of that, I think there are a couple just basic things that you can look out for when it comes to sourcing on Alibaba.com. Like look for trade assurance, so your order is covered. Look for seller reviews. Look for how many years they have been on the platform. There are a lot of those features that we have available that you can use to filter for product and sellers. Okay. Joe and we're going to stick around in this room. And this is actually the last session of the Learning Center. So if you guys, we'll take one more question. And if you guys have more, we'll stay here and feel free to come to us.
Can you tell us if there are any major differences between Wix and Shopify and integration multi-channel?
Yeah, I think I answered that before, but just to say, Shopify is e-commerce, and Wix goes actually way beyond e-commerce. So e-commerce is a component of Wix, but we have all kinds of website builders as well. So just to go a little bit broader than the answer before, and I can go into the answer as well. But we have anything to help build your business in terms of a website. So we also have bookings, events, fitness, restaurants, and then e-commerce is another component of Wix. And our out-of-the-box solution is much more inclusive of all the bells and whistles that you need to operate your business.
So for example, are you integrated with TikTok, Facebook, all of the major?
Yes, so we call that sales channels. So so Modalist on our side, it's going to pull in the inventory and sync it, and then the sales channels is going to push it out. So it's all interconnected, and so Wix can be used as like your one source of truth where everything is synced and managed, and then you can push it out to various different channels for you to increase your sales opportunity. Sure. All right.
Cool. We're going to be here. And also, if you're a dropshipper, I definitely encourage you to come to me and leave me your contact information, because we wanted to build a little community for our seed users, so we can get some feedback from you guys for those awesome features that you guys actually mentioned among your questions. And we'll also give you the latest update when it comes to dropshipping on Alibaba.com. So we're going to be here. Come find us.
Thank you.
And also back to my host duties. Thank you guys for coming to the Learning Center and join us for CoCreate 2025. We're very thankful that you're here, and we hopefully take something away from you, some practical strategies that you can use for your e-commerce business. And we hope to see you next year. Safe journey home. Thank you.